going on here? Ooh, okay. Let's see. I'm just gonna wait for a couple people to get going on this before I dive into it. Give people a chance. Ooh, okay. Hydration is going to be important in this class right now. Alright. Let's see. Who we got? Is anybody on? Yeah. So we'll just get started in a moment. Down a little bit. All right. Hopefully everyone can see me good. Having some issues with the lighting at the moment. Hope my forehead's not too shiny as well. Alright, let's get started. Well, welcome to Stylish Saturdays Karate Edition. I am your instructor today, Eric Blanchard. This is my first stream, and this is going to be a first of many in a series to come on Saturdays around this time usually. So if you find this class to your liking, hopefully we can get a steady audience going and stuff like that. Today we are going to be learning some blocks in the karate system, specifically one's tailored in my system, which is the Shintani Wadokai Karate Federation, which is a part of the Wado Ryu family of martial arts. So yeah, we'll be covering all the primary blocks today and how to get all of the body mechanics involved really well, making sure that everything's working together and not separately and things like that. So yeah, we're going to do that. Let's see, is anybody on right now? I thought I saw one person, but they went away. Oh, okay. So, first we're going to get into our fighting stance, which I am going to start from show you guys what the feet are supposed to look like, and then we'll work our way up. So if you bear with me for 1 second, I'm going to be traveling downtown so you guys can see my feet. So, hello Oliver. So, your feet are going to be about shoulder width apart, But you're going to have one foot in front of the other. So it should look like this when you lay down, when you kneel. You should have two fists like this, and you should be able to go two more over, and your knee should be in line with your heel. So you're going to have left foot forward, right leg back for right now. So we're going to be in orthodox position. Zeppelin. Come on, buddy. Out of the frame. Out of the frame. Oh, buddy, no. Come on. Come on. Out. Go. So, like I was saying, so you drop down. So from here, you drop down to one knee. Hope your knee should be in line with your heel. Two fists right here, and it should be 1, 2 fists to the other heel. So you're going to be standing like this. This is going to be our stance right here. That's your feet. That's the lower body. Upper body. Upper body, we're gonna have our hips a little bit pointing on the 45, roughly, facing away, making ourselves a smaller target. Our hands are going to be, your right hand is going to be up here protecting your head, and your left hand is going to be in front of you like this. Okay, sweet. So we're going to start off here, and we're going to go over Gidembarai, which is our low block, inside forearm block, Udiuki, outside forearm block, Osoto Udiuki, and we're going to go through Agiyuki, which is upward rising block. So we're going to cover those 3 blocks today, and if we have time, we're going to also be covering how you transition in stances from block to block to make them pretty fluid, and which stance is best with which block, making it that much stronger. So our first block is going to be Gidembarai, which is downward block. So similar to a sword parry 2, we're going to be covering all of the, basically from the ribs out to the top of my thigh right here. And the way that we normally teach kids, so we start off with hand goes by the ear, your left hand comes by the ear like you're taking off a headphone. So you're right here. Then with your hips, as your hips come down, you're going to be sharpening the edges of your bone. So you're going to be doing this motion right here. So from here, it's going to be just like that. Then as your hips are moving, that's what's causing the block to happen. So it all starts from the ground up. Like all the strength in all of our techniques, whether that be blocks, punches, kicks, or any takedowns, it all starts from the ground. That's where you want. So from your fighting stance, here, you're going to twist your hips so that way you can see my obi is facing the opposite direction right here. Basically, I'm almost pointing my left hip directly at my opponent. So I'm here, and then in one solid swing, comes down, covering all the areas I suggest. So like your ribs, hip area, top of the thigh. So if somebody's coming in for a straight punch like this, uppercut, or even like a hook, you just come in, boom, boom, and that gets them out of the way. You could theoretically block a kick. I suggest not doing that because somebody's leg is going to be a lot stronger than my forearm. Now, the part that you want to be striking with is going to be the top of the forearm right here. So as it comes down, as the attack comes in, this is where it blocks, and then my fist turns out. So I'll back up. So as it comes down and blocks the attack, that pushes it out of the way. Much similar to you blocking a sword coming in. So you parry 2 right there, and then it's like ting, and you are beating it out of the way. So this is going to be one solid motion, boom, right there. So we're going to take that step by step again. So we're in our fighting stance. Feet are shoulder width apart approximately. We're not skateboarding. We're not riding the oceans of California, where feet are not in line with each other. We're going to turn our hips ever so slightly. So we're right here. Left hand comes to the ear. Left hand comes to right ear. Right hand comes underneath. As you come down, twist the hips, sharpen your weapon. Boom. And you block the attack. Same thing on the opposite side. So you'd be coming in here, there. Hitting forearm first and twisting. Making your hips do all the work. You don't want to strong arm it, because if you just do this, it's not going to have any power. But if you do that, that's going to have some power to it. Our next block, or does anybody have any questions about that? Let's see. Who do I have going on here? Let's see. Do I have any comments or anything like that? Let's see. No? Do I have any comments? No? Okay. Not that I can see anyway. But if you guys have any questions about this, feel free to message me after this live stream is over. I would be more than happy to answer any questions. And if you need a little bit more clarity, if you're more of a visual learner instead of an auditory learner like I am, I'll be more than happy if you want to like FaceTime or do a Zoom meeting or anything like that. I'll be more than happy to get on there and we can work out a session, and then that way nobody's confused about what I'm teaching. So so the next block is going to be inside forearm block. So I call it inside forearm block because you're going outside to inside, protecting the inside line. So similar to a parry 4, yes, that's what I was going for. Similar to a parry 4, it's going to come across the body. And it's usually blocking attack that's coming straight in, either for solar plex or the face. So the way that it's usually set up, so your hands are up here. I teach kids, come up. So you open the door, accept the food from the delivery man, and then slam the door. So one more time. So you accept the food from the delivery man. This is going to come across. You're striking now with the inside, the soft squishy bits of your forearm. Once it comes to here, twist. So, boom. So, yeah, from here, boom. Right here. And we're all doing this right now from a front stance right now. So we're I'm sorry guys, I'm drawing a blank. What is that in Japanese? So we got watch dodge, kokupsa dodge. Anyways, it'll come back to me. So we're going to be in front stance. That's what we are right now. We'll get to other stances but that'll be later. So for right now, back on track, making a long story longer. Here we go. So you're here, accept the food, boom, close the door. Open the door, see who it is, boom, close the door. Now, for this one, like as you get more advanced, it'll just be right here. So from here, it'll just be boom. Now, another thing that I forgot to mention is the opposite hand plays just as much factor as your blocking hand. So you always want to bring this hand to kumai, which is always this position right here. So it's usually around the rib cage area. So with that first block, so we were here, and this plays a huge factor as well. So it's like a push-pull technique right there. So you always want this hand comes up, comes back, this hand comes back. Imagine that you're elbowing somebody consistently right there. So it's like you grab somebody, boom, hits right there. So with this one, it doesn't change right here. So you're here, here, open the door, see who it is, grab the food, boom, close the door again. One more time. You come here, close the door. Does anyone have any questions regarding that right now? Do I have any comments or questions, concerns? No? Okay. And like I said, I may not be able to see your comments right now, but if you guys just want to message me about anything that happens, like during this little class, feel free to message me on Facebook or message me on Facebook. That way I can get a hold of you and we can discuss what possibly you had concerns, questions, confusions about, and then hopefully I can clarify those. So, just review of those 2 blocks that we learned. So, Gidan Barai, downward block, Uryuki, inside forearm block. Now, there comes the fun block right here, is Osodo Uryuki, which is outside forearm block. The reason I interpret it as outside forearm block, and a lot of my senseis interpret it too, is because it's covering the outside line. So it's an attack coming from the outside. So if we're here, so the way the way I teach the little ones is, so this hand reaches into your pocket, almost like you're reaching for a sword actually. So you reach for your sword, pull it out. Actually, you're going to be reaching for your knife. So your knife, your handle's up here, blade's going to be pointed down, just like that. So you come up here, reach for your knife, and pull it out. Again, the same point of contact that we are going to be focusing on is our top of the forearm, the top of the arm, not the forearm. So when we make contact from here, we get to about here and turn. And we're safe. As long as the block is making the punch just miss me by even a couple inches, it's a successful block. So we're here, boom. That's the block. With this block, I like to, even if I'm here, I drop back into what's known as kokutsudachi, which is back stance. So what back stance looks like, oh, one more down. Back stance looks like, so here is our front stance. And then once I get into that block, I am in kokutsudachi, which is back stance. So it's about 70% on my back leg, 30% weights on my front leg. Heel is not completely up like this. It's just ever so slightly off the ground, like it can shove a playing card underneath my feet right there. So from here, I'd always tend to fall back into this stance for this block. You can come in as well, staying in that front stance. I just prefer dropping into that back stance for this one. All right, and we're back up on the top floor. So, just sort of going over that one again. Going to be reaching for your dagger, protecting your face with your opposite hand, with your right hand. Left hand's going to come down and pop. That's what we're going to do. Who's watching? Oh, who we got watching? Nobody? Oh, it looks like about one person. I just can't see who it is. Blasted technology, I will never understand you. Okay. So we are here. So we're in our fighting stance. Reach down, block the face. Hips turn, so that way we can re-engage them like a spring. So we're here. So we reach and block up. Now this one is just mainly protecting our face. Usually coming in for a straight attack. Usually a punch. More than likely, about 90% of the time it's a punch. If someone's just coming up and kicking you in the face, you got bigger problems than that. So, 3 blocks that we covered. Gidan Barai. Downward block. Uriuki. Inside forearm block. And Osoda Uriuki. Right there. Now we've got Agiuki, which is upward rising block. And I'm just going to back up for this one a little bit so you guys can get a good picture of this one. So with this, we are going to be transitioning. We're going to be transitioning from left foot forward to right foot forward in this stance. You could theoretically stay in stance and come up, but typically this block is usually done same side hand, same side leg. So that's what I'll be doing right here. So I'll be starting off with my right leg forward, just so you guys can see what it looks like with my left hand. So I'm in my fighting stance. As I'm transitioning here, my hands are going to form like a cross. And as I transition forward, it's going to pop up. Just like that. So one more time. So as I'm coming in, this is forming a cross and blocking like that. So when I make this block, like most of the other ones, I'm going to initially come up like this, turning my hand at the very end. A lot of the techniques in Wado are you're supposed to be very relaxed until the last possible moment of tension, and then you're back to relaxing. So here I'm nice and relaxed. I'm here, boom, and that's the moment of tension, and then I'm relaxed again. Ready to go. What it looks like from this side right here, from the side here. So I'm in, somebody's coming in, and I'm just going, and I'm blocking. One more time, just on this side. So someone's coming in, they're swinging down, they've got something in their hand, a wrench, a stick, a pipe, anything like that. So you're going to come up, So just like this. And block it, and from there, there's endless possibilities. So one more time, we are going to just go over those blocks again. So we have, so we're going to be in Zankusadach, front stance. I told you I'd get it eventually. So we're going to be at Zankusadach, front stance. Our hands are going to be up. And from here, we have Kidan Barai. We have Soto Uki. No, that is Udiuki. Then we got Soto Udiuki. And then we have Ageuki. Upward rising block. Now, we've got my personal favorite block, which is Shudo Uki, which is knife hand block. This is done in back stance, Kokusadach. Again, sorry about my white mispronunciation of Japanese names. I am working on it, but it is what it is for right now. So if any of you have any tips to correct that, greatly appreciate it. So from here, this is a very offensive block, meaning that it's not meant to it is meant to defend, but it's also meant to attack. All of these blocks I consider to be attacks, not necessarily blocks. And every time I hit somebody, that's not going to feel good on somebody. Not for very long anyway. So every block is a strike. So even though it's a defensive move, it is an offensive tactic. It's all part of something bigger. So that can lead to that. Or this leads to that. Or here can lead to here. And then this can lead to that. The possibilities are very endless. Yeah, sibling. Sorry about that. Cats keep interrupting the stream. Here we go. So, back to our regular scheduled program. We're doing Shudo Uki, which is knife hand block. So, starting off back here. Hands are up. Going to be traveling. So this hand pushes. This hand pushes, act as like a block. So if anything's coming in, you push that aside. You can even grab something, like if it's like a hand or an arm, something like that. This hand's at the ready. Also, hospital, no hospital. Keep those thumbs tucked in. We don't want no accidents. So we're here. Thumbs are tucked in. So that's blocked there. And then as I come down, knife hand block. So you want this to come directly across your facial plane. This is the moneymaker after all. We want this completely protected because headshots are expensive. So from here, it's going to come down and block. So from here, block. Correction, that was, for this, that's a strike. My apologies. So we want to be doing this technique instead. So from here as we transition, my hand's going to come. So I'm in my fighting stance here. Yeah, I'm in my fighting stance here, this way. My hands are going to drop, only going to come to about here, protecting my body right here. So I interpret that as I'm getting something out of the way, punch or a kick. In this situation, since I'm doing a circular motion, like I can deflect a kick this way, or if it's like if it's an arm coming in, this is a strike as well, followed by that. So we're here, your hands open up, like you're an angry drill sergeant yelling at his privates with your knife hands. So you're here, hands open up to your knife hands, you drop, you turn, and you strike. Wanting your hand to be almost at a 90, so you want to be able to fit a book. I'll be able to fit a book on your arm. So a book should rest on your arm like this. That's a good block. And you also want, if you can look at your wrist at eye level, so where this bony part is, that's a good block right there. And as I transition to my next, it should be the same. You should be able to rest a book on it, looking at your wrist. If your wrist bone is within line of your eyes, that's good. That's the minimum distance it needs to be at, right there. So your arm almost comes to a full 90 degrees when you're blocking. So I'm here, wrist comes this way, boom. And again, my hips are doing all the work right now. So as I transition from stance, so I'm here, I'm in my forward fighting stance in Zankusadach. I'm going to come in like this, into my back stance. So from here, my feet gather. I have a slight bend in my knee, facing the direction I want to go. So I don't want my feet directly in line. I want on the opposite. So I don't want to be too far to the right. I don't want to be in the center. I want my foot to be just slightly behind me on the left side. So that way when I make that transition, boom, I'm facing the right direction, which is forward towards my attacker. Oh, what do we got? Oh, no notifications. We don't like those on other apps when I'm doing things. Grr. Okay, nope. Bad camera angle. Sorry about the technical difficulties. Sweet. Okay, let's see. Does anybody have any questions, comments, concerns? No? Let's see. Anybody comment? Looks... again, I don't understand technology. I'm one of the last 90 kids that grew up with basically no technology, entering a world with technology. And I have not learned yet, even though I need to get on that pretty soon. So, just a quick review of all the blocks we've learned before I have to get out of here. And again, if anybody has any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to message me on Messenger. That way there's no confusion about anything I taught. And if you need further clarification, I'm more than happy to arrange like a FaceTime either on Messenger or on Zoom. Either way, because I know everybody's not an auditory learner. There are visual learners and people that just need to do it. So if you need to be present with me during a video session, more than happy to accommodate. So here, in our fighting stance and Kusadach front stance, we are going to review all the blocks. So we have Gidambarai, which is downward block. Correct. Boom. So hand comes up to the ear. Left hand comes up to the ear. Right hand comes underneath. Hips are facing towards the right. And as they whip around, it comes down, protecting your left side. Mainly ribs, hips, a little bit of the top of the thigh. And, of course, if an attack was coming straight in, boom, it'd be blocking here as well. So, downward rising block. Or just downward block. There we go. Gidambarai. Then we have Uriuki, inside forearm block. So from here, we open the window, making sure that our food has arrived. We take the bag, close the door. So our hips are open slightly towards the left, and then they close to the right. Then we have Osoro Uriuki, which is outside forearm block. So here, going to be reaching for our knife that's in our pocket. This hand blocking our face. Our chin's tucked behind our shoulder, and we unsheath it. Making sure we protect our outside. Boom. Then we've got Agiyuki, which is upward rising block. So from here, your feet come together. Feet come together. Hips are facing the left. Arms make a cross and pop up forward. You want your hand to be just above your head. Not too high, otherwise it's rendered useless. Not too low, otherwise, like with Parry 5, ding, you get hit in the old noggin. So boom, right there. Making sure you come up, blocking with this first, twisting. And we got Shuto Uki. So then from here, we're going to gather up. Hips going to be facing the right. Our feet are going to be coming together. From here, we step out. Boom. Making sure we've got that book on our shelf. Hands are up. You basically want to be able to frame yourself. If you can frame yourself, perfect. Like it's a headshot. If you can do this, you're great. If it looks like this, you're too low. Come up. Boom. Picture's in my head's in a frame. Perfect. My head's protected now. Boom. Hope you guys learned something. And if this is something that you guys want to learn more of, please feel free. I will be doing another stream on Saturday, next Saturday, and we'll be going over a bunch of other different techniques. We'll be going over different hand strikes within karate. That's going to be a fun one. So from me to you, I say thank you, and hopefully you guys have a wonderful weekend. Suski? Great. Thank you very much. Have a good day.